Well, sure, I'm talking -1 prescriptions, and maybe that's not your prescription, but I'll make it relevant for you, so stick around. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Eyeglass Tyler. As always, welcome to my home. Please make yourself comfortable. I'm talking specifically, is -1 eyesight bad? Just because it's a question that we get, and I think the best way to answer that question is to answer other questions. And the first question I'll answer is, when is a prescription in general bad? I'll talk how bad is your eyesight given your prescription, and then what minus means in a prescription is how I'll wrap it up. Let's just jump into it. Let's kick this off by talking about what is considered a bad prescription. And I want to start by saying, let's not use the term bad. I keep saying it in this video, but it's because that's the way that it is searched and that's the way that people frame the question. I'd like to start a movement where we get away from using the term bad because it kind of frames it negatively. Frames it, get it? That was clever. And it's not a negative thing. Having a prescription, wearing prescription glasses is not a negative thing. There's nothing bad about it, especially when you consider how common it is. So many people who would benefit from having some sort of correction in front of their eyes. Anyway, maybe I'm a little biased. I have a prescription. I wear them all day, every day. I don't think there's anything bad about it. But I want to encourage you to check out the How to Read Your Prescription series that we did. I actually got to host that, where it goes into the details about what your prescription means and different powers and strengths, and gives you a little better understanding. That way I don't have to get into the weeds so much right here. And I can say that generally speaking, RX ranges for stronger prescriptions will be somewhere between the -3 and stronger or +2 and stronger. That gets you into the kind of strong territory, and really that only will affect your frame options, frames that you have available to you, because some frames can't support certain prescriptions. And so that's all you really need to know about that. Now to tackle the question, how bad is my eyesight? Again, let's get away from using the term bad, but that's the way that people tend to search for it, and that's the way that people frame it. We can change it, we can make a change, but really all it means is that you're a little more reliant on your glasses than the average person. For me, the first thing I reach for when I wake up is my glasses, because it helps me see as well as I can possibly see. And so it's important enough for me that I would say that my eyesight is relatively bad, and I need a stronger prescription than your average person. But overall, not a huge deal. It can get pretty strong. However, there are some people who have either an eye condition or a strong enough prescription where their prescription isn't able to correct to full 20/20. And in that case, I might concede that that's a bad prescription just because it can affect your life negatively. But overall, let's get away from using the term bad. Can I say that? Did I say that already? Can I say that enough? So I've been talking minus, but what does minus even mean on your prescription? Well, it depends. And if you went through that How to Read Your Prescription series like I recommended earlier, you might have a little better understanding of this, but I'll go a bit deeper into it. And that is to say that if you see a minus in the sphere column, it most likely means that you have myopia or you're nearsighted. There is a slight caveat here. If you had your prescription written by an ophthalmologist, they almost certainly wrote the cylinder correction in plus form. And if that plus number is larger than the minus number in the sphere column, it actually means that you're hyperopic. Gets a little confusing, but not too important. You probably have some idea of how you see, but hyperopic means that you are farsighted. The cylinder means you have astigmatism. Go check the video that I did on how to read your prescription. I go into that a little more detail, but that's what minus means. That pretty well covers what I think you need to know to answer the question, is -1 eyesight bad? By the way, did I mention that you shouldn't use the term bad? I just don't think it's a good idea. So hopefully now you have a little better understanding of your prescription and you feel a little better maybe. I know I do. And by the way, we have opticians at SportRx that would be happy to help you with even just understanding your prescription a little better or knowing what would be right for you in terms of frame availability or frame options with your prescription. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. And also, if you decide to order something from SportRx, thanks to our See Better guarantee, you're never stuck with something that you don't like or doesn't work for you. Just get back to us within 45 days and we'll make it right. And if you reach out to those opticians I mentioned, we'll make sure you get it right the first time. So use us as a resource. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this was interesting or valuable. If so, throw us a like. We have relevant videos you can check out there. If you subscribe, you hear about them first. Also, we have cool stuff on our social media outlets. You can check us out there too. I'd encourage it at SportRx. It's not in a controlled setting like our studios at SportRx. Eyesight.